Manish runs the publishing house founded by his great-grandfather in 212. Manish is proud to be Indian and would like to propagate Indian values, and especially Jainism in his lifetime through translating, publishing, selling, distributing, and lecturing on Jain scriptures through the study of the Jain teachings. He has been brought up in profoundly literary and religious atmosphere and has a very ethical and non-sectarian approach to Jainism. I will be telling you more about him every day. So here we have now Manish Bhai. Manish Bhai, please go forward.
Thank you. Jai Jinendra. Namo Aryantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Uvachhayanam, Namo Loe Sabvasahanam. Eso Panch Namo Yaru, Sabva Pava Papanasano, Mangaladam Chasabdesam, Padmam Hui Mangalam. Mangalam Bhagavan Veera, Mangalam Gautama Prabhu, Mangalam Kundu Kundadya, Jaina Dharmostu Mangalam, Arihanta Mangalam Nityam, Siddha Jagati Mangalam, Mangalam Sadhave Sarve, Jaina Dharmostu Mangalam, Sarva Mangala Mangalam, Sarva Kalyana Karakam, Pradhanam Sarva Dharmanam, Jainam Jaitu Shasanam, Jainam Jaitu Shasanam. Jainam Jaitu Shasanam. Jai Jinendra. I'd like to thank Jaina and Dilip Bhai, who's such an old friend, for inviting me here to speak to all of you. And I'd like to give a warm welcome to all of you who are here, who've joined us, for me early in the morning, for you, I think evening, late evening. Das Lakshan Paryushan is always a time of self-assessment. You know, in India, we have to pay our income tax by 31st of March. So this is your spiritual 31st of March, end of the financial year. You have to assess where you stand. And you have to ask yourself if you are where you need to be, where you want to be. Paryushans are for that purpose alone. The topic I've chosen this year is, it's called the universal law. The universal law is nothing but the distilled wisdom of the Tirthankars. The Tirthankars spoke for everyone, not just for Jains. If you look at the Samosharan, he had all kinds of human beings. He had plants, animals, one sensed being, two sensed being, three sensed being, four sensed beings, five sensed beings. The Tirthankars' teachings are for the entire universe, for all the living beings of the universe. Therefore, I think sometimes it's a little bit unkind that we restrict themselves to Jains alone. They're for everyone. Therefore, the universal law. Now, very often, especially as Jains and as practicing Jains, people ask me this question: कि हम क्या सोचें और क्या करें? And my answer is, you know what you're doing when you're in a temple, right? When you're in a temple, in an upashraya, when you're in a derasar, you know what you're doing. Fine. And then they say, but we can't do that when I'm at work, when I'm at play, when I'm with my family. I said, then fine. Here are a set of teachings for the Tirthankars that you follow for the other 23 and a half hours. Spend half an hour in the derasar, spend half an hour doing pratikraman, all good. The rest of the time, you spend reflecting on the universe. So we are talking about a thought process that you inculcate within yourself that helps you follow the teachings of the Tirthankars 24/7, 365. Because as we know, Ashram takes place 24/7, 365. It doesn't just take place during Paryushan, doesn't just take place during Tithi. It takes place every single waking and sleeping moment of your life. Therefore, we need to find a system, a thought process whereby we are awakened to our spiritual needs and are not harming our soul 24/7, 365. For that, I present to you the universal law. It is a universal operating system applicable to all living beings. It is based on the teachings of the Tirthankars. It has been compiled by my guru, C.A. Jayesh Bhai Sheth. Jayesh Bhai Sheth lives in Bombay. There's a website that you could refer to. It's called www.jayeshsheth.com. Now we start with the first universal law. I receive what I give. What I wish for others comes back to me. This, I think, answers a lot of our problems, quandaries, queries, and complaints in life. You know, what is our basic complaint? Why me? मेरे साथ क्यों ऐसा हुआ? Why does everything have to happen to me? Arey Baba, I receive what I give. What I have given to others comes back to me. What I have not given to others, how could it come back to me? If I have 100 rupees in my account, how can I expect to withdraw 1,000 rupees? So whatever is coming to me, whatever is coming in my life is based on what I have given in the past. Next step, what I wish for others comes back to me. So whatever I have wished, ill will I have borne towards others will come back to me. This is where we have to be very careful. Otherwise, the basic feel that people have is, अरे यार मेरे साथ तो इसने ऐसा किया ना, this should happen to him. देख भगवान तुझे देख लेगा. I am wishing people bad things. And then what? As a result, it comes back to me. Whatever bhav I do, whatever disposition of the soul, whatever emotion that I'm feeling will come back and bite me. So be careful what you wish for others, because that can come back to you. And who am I? I am the soul. This body is a role that I have been given. Generally, we get the role we are hankered after. So, I am merely playing a role. Why am I getting so upset about it? It's like you take part in a play in school and you have to play a certain character. And that's it. You play the character, you come home, and that's it. End of story. You don't continue to be that character once you come back home. For instance, Amitabh Bachchan did a beautiful movie called Sholay in 1972. He played the role of Jay. Dharmender played the role of Veeru. Right? The movie was a super duper hit, iconic hit. It redefines Indian cinema. But Amitabh knows that he's no longer Jay. Dharmender knows that he's no longer Veeru. They played it for 6 months, and that's it. End of story. He's gone on to do a million other films. He's no longer Jay. He's someone else. Similarly, I am Manish Modi in this life. Bhai is Dilip Bhai in this life. Someone else is Jagdish Bhai in this life. Someone else is Kirti Bain in this life. In another life, will be someone else. So why are we getting so stuck about these things? This is not me. I am merely the soul which is passing through. Yesterday, I had gone for Pratikaman to Dadar. I went from Chennai Road by train. So should I get attached to that train compartment? No. It was my journey from Chennai Road to Dadar and then back from Dadar to Chennai Road by train. That's it. I'm not attached to that train or the compartment in the train or that seat in the train. Similarly, when I say that I'm Manish Modi, this is the name of the train in which I'm traveling or the bogie in which I'm traveling. It's not me. My soul is merely Eka Kshetrav Gahi with this body. It's not part of this body. It permeates throughout the body, but it's not part of the body. It's like I'm wearing this green shirt, green kurta today, but it's not me. Tomorrow I may wear pink kurta, blue kurta, or no kurta at all. I'm not the kurta, I'm me. So I I'm the soul, I'm not the body. This body is a role that I have been given. We talk about the power of attraction, and very often people wonder if it's true or not. Let me tell you that it's true. Whatever you choose, whatever you want for yourself very intensely will come back to you. If you want to be with someone, you'll be with that person. Maybe in this life, maybe the next life, maybe 10 lives later, but you'll be with that person. How close you'll be with that person depends on your punya. For instance, this is well before I was married. 1994, we had Aishwarya Rai, who was Miss World, and I had a huge crush on her. I thought she was extremely beautiful. I also met her in real life in Dubai, and I was amazed and taken aback by her beauty and her grace. Amazingly graceful lady. And I would often ask myself, well, would I ever have it? Of course, it's like 30, 40 years ago. So it's in the past. I have a son who's 23 years old now. So I'm just saying that I would often ask myself, will I ever get to marry her in any life? And the answer is, if I continue to desire her in some life, I will meet her. Depending on my punya, I could become her husband, her servant, her jhaduwala, a pet dog in her house, or maybe a mosquito or a cockroach in her house. But I will be born in that house, living in the same house with her. So beware what you wish for. If it comes to, you may not want to. I don't want to be reborn as a dog or a cat or a mosquito or a cockroach. But if you desire something, it will come to you. Depending on the level of your punya, it will give you either pleasure or pain. But let me tell you, any kind of reincarnation gives you sorrow. As we know, sansar is the essence of sorrow. Therefore, be careful what you wish for. It might just come true. In fact, it won't just, it will come true. Generally, we get the role that we had hankered after. In some point of life, in my previous lives, I must have said, I want to be a bookseller. So I was born in a bookseller's family. Someone else will say, I want to be a trader. You will become a trader. So whatever you ask for will happen. That's why be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever's happening with me, this is a third universal law. Whatever's happening to me is a mirror of my past. It is a reflection of my past states. What I have not done or not caused or allowed to be done during acts of mind, speech, and body shall never happen to me. Whatever is happening to me is a mirror of my past. What I have done is coming back to me. Vallabhbhai, Vallabhbhai Bansali says it very beautifully. He says that आपने third class effort किया है ना, तो third class का result आएगा. In India, how everywhere, I think in the world, we are all obsessed with academics, and it's very important to be. But if you make the effort to get 45%, you won't get 90%. Third class का effort किया तो first class कैसे मिलेगा आपको? So what I have done will come back to me. If I've helped people, I shall receive help and gratitude. If I've hated people, hurt people, harmed people, harassed people, that's what is going to come back to me. Then I should not complain. Yaar, ye to mere ko parishan kar raha hai. This is exactly what I did to others. It's going to come back to me. Whatever's happening to me is a reflection of my past deeds. So what do? I say thank you. I regret for my past, sorry. And I make a resolution, never again. We call this pratikraman, pratyakhyan. That's what we do. What I have not done or not caused to be done through acts of mind, speech, and body shall never happen to me. Never. This is the Thankar ki Vani. It's all based on karma. Whatever is happening to me is what I caused in the past, and whatever will happen to me in future is what I do now. All my acts of mind, speech, and body shall play a role. There will never be a stage where what I have not done will come back to me. Karmic accounting is flawless, absolutely flawless. So whatever, we've read the story of Shripal and Maina, we've read other stories, whatever I have done will come back to me. We have read Bhagwan Mahavir's story. In the birth of Naisar, he binds Samyak Darshan. But in the birth of Marichi, what does he do? He preaches falsehood. Therefore, he's stuck again, suffers through several births. And only when he becomes Mahavir, that it is liberation. So we have to make sure we do our Naisar now and don't do a Marichi, so that we become Mahavir as quickly as possible. So when I say that whatever is happening to me is a result of my past, therefore, no injustice is done to me, either at present or in the past or in the future. By realizing this, I remain firmly in the no complaint zone. When I know that whatever is happening to me is a result of my own past actions, then how could I complain, and what will I complain about? If I have not booked a ticket and I stand at the cinema, ticket nahi mili, then there's nothing I can do about it. Why should I complain? Whatever has caused me pain is a result of my own past actions. It has nothing to do with others. So, there is no question of blaming others. Hence, the why me question does not arise. So there is no question of blaming others. So the why me question does not arise. You know, the typical question that we have in our lives, every time we are hit with a problem, whenever we are faced with a calamity, it's like, why me? Oh God, why me? Why must I be stuck with this? It's because I did this in the past. There is no other reason. This is the first 4 universal laws. Now, Dilip bhai, I have a system where I encourage people to ask questions. So if you have any questions for these first 4 universal laws, feel free to ask me now. If you wait till last 15 minutes, very often you forget your question. So if anyone has a question, feel free to ask. Diman bhai, please allow people to ask questions. And if there are no questions, I'll proceed further to the next batch of universal laws. Any questions, anyone?
People should put their questions in the chat box, so they can
Okay.
be
How do I see the chat box?
Are you not on your screen? Do you?
Yeah, I am on my screen.
Yeah, see at the bottom, there is participants and chat.
Participants, yes, I saw. There's a share screen, summary, reactions, apps, whiteboards, notes.
No,
There's a more.
And chat.
Show chat previews. Got it.
But so there are, I have not seen any questions as yet. So if someone puts it at any stage, we will know. I will monitor.
Okay, lovely. Okay, lovely. Then I'll move on to the next set of universal laws. The next thing that people normally ask is, what is good luck and what is bad luck? Or if there is any such thing as good luck or bad luck. Well, yes, there is. You know, very often we see there's this person who seems utterly unworthy, and he's saddled with so much luck, so much fortune, so many blessings. Why and how does this happen? It happens because of punya. And you see some really bright, really talented people who never get the chances or opportunities that they ought to get. Why does that happen? It happens because of bad luck. Naseeb kya hai? Naseeb or good luck, bad luck, all of this is created by us. It's in our hands. We create good luck by doing punya and bad luck by doing pap. Simple. So whatever we do currently is our purusharth, and what we have done in the past becomes our prarabdha. Prarabdha is your fate, destiny, whatever we call it. So everything that we do is in our hands. Jainism talks about a very, very proactive spiritual life. I am entirely responsible for whatever I do. There's no one else who can fix things for me. And in fact, this is a distilled wisdom of all religions. If you look at the Ramcharitmanas by Goswami Tulsidas, Tulsidas ji is saying, Karma Pradhan Biswa Kari Rakha. The world is Karma Pradhan. You have to work on your karmas. You can't just say, I'll do bhakti and I'll attain liberation. Your karma will determine what you get in life. You look at the Gita says this in a similar vein, something the Gita says, Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. This means your domain is only karmas, not the consequences thereof. But your domain you have to fulfill. Islam says the same thing. Don't we all remember the old adage? Muhammad tells his follower, trust in Allah, but tie your camel. You can't just say, I trust in Allah, therefore I leave my camel loose. You leave your camel loose, you run away in the desert, boss. You can't leave your camel loose. So everywhere, it's your karma. It's your domain. Therefore, I create good luck by doing punya. Punya equals to gain, pap equals to pain. So how do you create bad luck? Good luck, we know, is through punya. How do you create bad luck? You create bad luck by committing pap. Pap means sin or demerit. Like indulging in the 7 vices, that is gambling, consuming alcohol, consuming non-vegetarian food, visiting prostitutes, stealing, hunting, and indulging in adultery or infidelity. These are the sapta vyasanas. And by consuming tobacco in any form, eating after sunset, eating root vegetables, pickles, honey, figs, butter, etc. These are ways of committing pap. You could call it the Adar Papsthana and put it very simply, I create bad luck by committing pap, like indulging in the 7 vices. Gambling, consuming alcohol, consuming non-vegetarian food, visiting prostitutes, stealing, hunting, and indulging in adultery or infidelity. Consuming tobacco in any form, eating after sunset, eating root vegetables, pickles, honey, figs, butter, etc. It's so easy to commit pap, right? And when you don't commit pap, you're in punya. And you have to bear in mind, punya equals to gain, pap equals to pain. Now, don't we want gains in life, or do we want pain? If we want gain, we have to remain in punya. And if you want pain, feel free to indulge in all sorts of pap. But keep in mind, our setting, our default setting is Nigod. We are very, very, very fortunate that we were born as human beings. Sochiye kitne jackpot lage. You're born, you come out from Nigod. From Nigod, you're born in 1-sensed beings. From there to 2-sensed beings. Another jackpot, 3-sensed beings. Yet another jackpot, 4-sensed beings. A greater jackpot, 5-sensed beings. And even greater jackpot, you're born as a human being, as a Homo sapien. Yet another jackpot. You're born in a Jain family. You're exposed to Jain teachings. With all these jackpots in place, if you don't attain Samyak Darshan, don't attain self-realization in this life, you've lost. Because you might not be born again. You might not be exposed to the Jain teachings again. You've got those teachings this time. Don't waste the opportunity. You might not get it again. So all that you do, all the punya that you do will give you gains, and all the pap that you do will give you pain. Once you understand pap and punya, we will understand this. We will understand what we need to do. And I always tell people, in the context of India, mind you, that imagine you're in summer in India, it's 45 degrees centigrade. I don't know what that was in Fahrenheit, probably 100 plus, definitely 100 plus. It's super hot. Okay. You're walking barefoot on tarmac, on macadam roads. Your feet are burning. Now, if you have punya, you will rest under the shade of a beautiful shady tree. If you have pap, you're stuck standing under the sun, hot direct rays of the sun. Punya will give you that shady tree. It'll give you water. It'll give you coolness, give you comfort. Pap will leave you stuck that under the direct sun. No shade, no water, no relief of any sort. So if you wish to lead an even reasonably comfortable life, walk on the path of punya. And avoid pap, my friend, avoid pap. We talk of pap as in the 7 vyasanas, the sapta vyasan, consuming alcohol, tobacco, eating after sunset, eating root vegetables, pickles, honey, figs, butter. We can do without these things. Another example I can give you is, imagine you have to walk 1 kilometer. But you don't have any burdens. You have a proper pair of shoes and you can walk very comfortably, pleasant walk, 1 kilometer. Now, if I tell you to walk 1 kilometer, carrying 100 kilos of burden on your back, you struggle. When we indulge in pap, we're carrying that 100 kilos of burden on our back. We struggle to walk 10 feet, forget walking 1 kilometer. So get rid of the pap. Paryushan is a great time to make this resolution come true. During Paryushans, we don't eat kandamool. During Paryushans, we don't eat after sunset. Just continue this. It's very simple. I see so many people in Bombay. I work very close by. My work timings are very simple, 1 to 5. I come home, do my chobihar. I go to work after lunch. I'm very comfortable. But even when you're a typical Bombayite who leaves for work at 8 a.m., comes back at 8 p.m., carry your dabba with you. Simple. Don't eat after sunset. Don't eat kandamool. Carry your dabba. It won't kill you. And the benefits you get are amazing. Just do it for a month and see first. Basics you can do: give up kandamool, don't eat after sunset, do a pratikraman every day, do namukar mantra every day, and you see the difference it brings to your life. It adds value to your life. It gives you impetus to grow. And punya enables you, mind you. It enables you in all directions. Whether it's dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Whatever direction you wish to go, punya will enable you. So do this and you see the difference in your life. Next step. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'll go to the next step. Any questions, anyone? Okay, great. The next step is, no one is perfect. None of us are perfect. We all have some kind of pain. We all have some kind of agony, some kind of complaint, some sorrow that we're experiencing. I have to learn to gain from pain. Pain to hai. What do? You learn to gain from pain. There is no other way. We'll have to gain from pain. How do you do that? Very simple process. Accept the pain that's coming by whatever circumstance there is. And gain from it. How? If someone is causing you pain, consider him to be a Upkari. He's helping me clean my kachra, clean my dirt. To give you an example, here in Bombay, we have servants who do one job. They come and do jhadu fatka, they clean your house and they go away. They go to 20 houses in a day and they do the cleaning and go. Now imagine if your servant has not come, you're stuck. Suddenly some other servant comes, cleans your house very nicely and goes, doesn't ask for money. So what are you going to say? Thank you. Can I offer you something? No? Thanks a lot. God bless you. Now, this is what someone who's causing you pain is doing. He's cleaning your karmic kachra. You have bad karmas, they will come into fruition. Someone is going to come and cause you the pain. He's gone and done that. Nah? Thank you. Then apologize for the past. Sorry, I did something bad. Therefore, I invited this bad karma. Never again will I do that. Resolve to not do that bad thing. Sorry for your past karmas. Resolve in present. I will not do this again. And thank the person who caused that to you. Okay, chalo, he cleansed me. He cleaned my house. He rid me of my karma. So thank you. So this is how you learn to gain from pain. I am here to give unconditionally without any expectation. By giving, I'm either repaying my old debts or creating new deposits. I benefit in both cases. One of our major complaints in life is, I've been giving. Don't get anything back. I'm only giving, people are exploiting me. No, they are not. You're doing the right thing. When you give, and you give unconditionally, you're doing your duty. Giving cannot be bound by conditions. That's not giving. I think many of us, at least in India, have studied The Merchant of Venice in school, Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice. And there they define mercy. Mercy is like the rain from heaven. It falls. It doesn't expect you to feel gratitudes. The rains don't expect, ke Manish bhai no upar, I'm giving rains to Manish bhai must thank me. It just falls. That's its compassion. Therefore, I am here to give without any condition whatsoever. Just give. Without any expectations. By giving, I am only repaying my old debts or creating a new deposit. Sometimes you feel, I did so much for him and he ran off. Boss, you were repaying an old debt. In an earlier life, you must have taken something from him. Now you're giving it back. That's all. Or you're creating a new deposit. It will come back to you. Whatever good deed you do shall not go unrewarded. On whatever bad deed you do shall not go unpunished. No matter what we do. When we do pratikraman, you are lessening the intensity of the consequence. Perhaps not the quantum. In any case, good deeds will be rewarded and bad deeds will be punished. That's the law of karma. And mind you, when you give and you give unconditionally, you are the one benefiting, no one else. So I am here to give and to give unconditionally. Any family, any setup, any work setup, wherever you interact with human beings, be this person who gives and you will find the greatest amount of internal satisfaction. When I say give, I'm not saying you go and give someone a bottle of daru because he wants a bottle of daru. That's not your job. You're not going to break your principles and give something. But within your principles, within your domain, do what you can to help others. When I give, I teach Jainism, and if I'm correcting a paper, I'm not going to give someone more marks just to make him feel happy. If he's given a bad paper, I'm going to tell boss, you wrote rubbish, you didn't study. But where you can, you give. My own example, I first gave blood when I was 19 years old in college because I was part of the NSS. If you've studied in India, you know what's the NSS is National Social Service. And you get 10 marks annually if you do the project. My project was blood donation. यार कहाँ से blood पकड़ता किसको पकड़ता I gave my own blood. No ji, you get 10 marks. Somehow that kicked this off in me. I must donate blood because we have so many people who struggle. And I am 53 now, so that's about 30. Yeah, 31, 32 years I've been giving, except for the 3 years of Corona, I've been giving blood regularly. And I normally don't ask for a donor card. Because if you give blood and you ask for a card back, then you've exchanged, you've not given, you've not donated. I like to donate, not take something back. So that's my way of giving, but all of us can give. And the more you give, the more you get back. So always be the giver. People say, take the higher road. That's what it means. Be the giver as far as possible, as often as you can, and as widely possible. I mean, don't just say, I'll give to these people, but not to these people. Give to everyone. Whoever benefits from it, wonderful. Nothing like it. We're all human beings, and trust me, if someone enters your life, it's for a reason. He'll either come and give you happiness, or he'll teach you a lesson. So welcome him, welcome her, help them out. I have to perform my duty to the best of my ability without expecting others to do their best. Don't expect others to do their best. That's not your job, boss. That's not your domain. You do your best. All of us have to fulfill our duty towards family, friends, colleagues, society, country, and humanity. You do your duty. Ask not what the country has done for me. Ask what I can do for my country. I think Kennedy said that. So I have to do my duty to the best of my ability and not wait for others to do their duty, or whether they do or they don't do. You do your best. You can't be in a situation where you say, no, I did my best. Now what do I do? Don't expect others to do their best. That is up to them. That is their domain, not yours. And trust me, any of us who are parents here would know that even a child will have his own domain. Even a child makes up its own mind. You can't dictate. Similarly, don't expect other individuals to do what you do. Just because you're doing it, just because you expect it. You can motivate them. You can ask them to think about it. But you can't make them do it. It doesn't work that way. So you perform your duty to the best of your ability without expecting others to do their best. And we have a duty, all of these duties, mind you, we have a duty towards family, towards our friends, towards our colleagues, towards our society, towards our country, and towards humanity at large. You have to do all these duties to the best of your ability. And mind you, you have to be strict with yourself and lenient with others. With yourself, you can set the highest possible moral standards. This is my duty. I will do to the best of my standards. And be really strict with yourself, but be lenient with others. They may not want what you want. Accept that and be lenient with them. Ultimately, I will only get what is as per my punya, right? And no one else can take my punya away from me. So you be lenient with others and be strict with yourself. And the last one for today, whatever happens, happens for good. Believing this will bring super positivity. Whatever is happening to you is for the right, is for the good. Because it is all a question, it's all a result of your karmas. So when karmas come into fruition, good, no? It will not come back. If a problem has to come, let it come today rather than tomorrow. Let me face it now, get it over and done with. That's what you need to do. Don't procrastinate. You need to do something, do it now, finish it off. Chutta cheda kari na go. Finish it. And trust me, there is no escaping. Whether it's the tax man, whether it is personal issues, personal problem with people, confront it now. Talk to people, reason it out. Get it sorted. You can't carry it with you. Trust me. I'm a bookseller. We deal in various kinds of books, and we also deal in books on psychology. And I have clients who are psychologists and psychiatrists. And the one thing they tell me is that people keep it hemmed in. They don't forgive people. They cannot forgive people. They carry it within them, and this festers and festers and creates all sorts of mental and emotional issues. So confront it, talk it out, and don't expect so much from others. It's not their job to make you happy. It's your job to make you happy. If you link your happiness with how other people respond to you, you're in trouble. If you link your self-esteem to how others respond to you, you're in trouble. Your self-esteem should be based on how well you're interacting with your own duties. You do your duties correctly, your job is done, boss. That's it. What others do is not in your hands. You can't do anything there. Today I'm living here. I live in Bombay. I have a family. I have a business. I promote books. That's what I do. I can't help what happens in Canada or what happens in Ukraine. I think what's happening in Ukraine is really sad. No one should attack another country. What's happening in India and Arunachal Pradesh is sad. China's attacked India. They're suffering. War is not good. It's wrong. But is it in my hands? Can I stop Mr. Putin? I can't. So many wars are caused by America supplying weapons to terrorists. Can we stop that? No. What we can do is remain in our domain and wish everyone well. This is beautiful sutra we have in Jainism. Khamemi sabva jive, sabve jiva kamantume, mitti me sabva bhuvesu, veram majjam nakine. I forgive all living beings. May all living beings forgive me. I have deep friendship with all living beings, and I have enmity with no one. This is the sutra you practice every day, when you wake up in the morning, at night, a few times during the day, especially when you're under stress. Because there is no one who's harming you. It's your own karmas. Nothing and no one can harm you. And nothing and no one can take away your internal peace. When you realize that someone else, if someone is hurting you, he's an upkari, he's merely the catalyst. He's merely the nimitta. It's your own karma that's coming to hit you. Then you say thank you to him for getting the job done. It's like a doctor has to give you an injection. It's going to pain for a few moments. Are you going to hit the doctor, beat him up, blame him, berate him, yell at him? Are you going to say, thank you, doctor? How much is it? How much is it going to be? You need to pay his fee. So that pain he's causing is the fee you pay. And you move on saying thank you. That's it. Please let me know if there are any questions.
Seems like you have explained it so well that no one has any questions.
Thank you. Thank you. That's good to hear. So I'll then reiterate. We have, I think, 10 minutes. I'll reiterate my last. I'll reiterate my last point. Whatever happens, happens for good. Believing this brings super positivity. Trust me, all of us have faced situations which are unpleasant, sad, downright tragic. Who has not faced these situations? But if you can understand that this is how life works, this is karma. And there is no one to blame. There's no one to be angry with. Why? You know, we've had a death in the family, we lost someone at a very young, Dilip Bhai knows them, at a very young age. And we could only console ourselves by saying that this is how it is. His Ayu Karma was only meant for that longer duration. And Ishtopdesh mein Acharya Pujyapad has a shloka where he says that birds come together in the evening, they sit on a tree and spend the night there. That's why tree is called a rain basera, a place and a boat for the night. In the morning, they all fly out. So that's it. You don't know how long that night is going to be. So when you have family, either through birth or through marriage, you don't know how long a time you will spend with them. You spend that time, and that's it. It's all karma. You can't extend anyone's life by one moment, forget one day. Even Tirthankars can't do that. So you accept what you had, accept the fact that it was short-lived, and say thank you and move on. Whatever happens, happens for good. Whether it's, you see war, you see crimes. We had a crime, we had a robbery in my house. We lost about 400 grams of gold. This is in 2008. Imagine 400 grams of gold and what it costs. You just say thank you and you move on. As a bookseller, I'm never going to earn that kind of money. But, well, good. My paap karm ka hoda, I sweat bet. Accept it. There's nothing you can do. Mere paap ka uday tha, it's gone. I'm glad that the consequence of my paap is gone. I don't have to face it again. So thank you. And leave it there. No point running after spilt milk. No point crying after spilt milk. Accept things. The same thing with politics, with, terrorist attacks in various countries. What can we do? Do Michhami Dukram? Do sorry, because it's all in the past. I may have done both things. I may have been a terrorist in my past life. I may have been the victim of a terrorist in my past life. I do sorry for the past actions. I practice compassion towards the perpetrator and the victim, and I move on. If I bind karmas, if I bind hatred, it's going to harm my soul. You कहते हिंदी में खाया पिया कुछ नहीं, glass तोड़ा आटा ना. So why am I binding karmas? What's going to happen elsewhere is not within my control. It's not within the ambit of my capabilities, of my domain. So why should I bother? Do your sorry. Feel compassion, practice compassion for all the victims, and leave it there. The perpetrator is binding his own karmas. The victim has perhaps bound their karmas in the past. Compassion for both. Compassion for yourself that you had to see this and witness this. And once again, sorry, Ke, I must have done this in the past, or I would not have seen this. I would not have witnessed this. Because anything that we do, which is wrong, either through krit, by doing, or karit, by asking others to do, or through anumodna, by aiding and abetting and supporting, I am responsible for. So be careful. Be very, very careful. Don't ever, under any consequence, under any situation, support violence. Don't ever support wrongdoing. Be very careful. Always be on the path of ahimsa, on the path of compassion. Sure, we'll make mistakes. We're all human beings. We'll make mistakes. And there will always be errors of omission and errors of commission. Sometimes we may not do something bad, but we may fail to do something good. It's going to happen. We're not perfect. And we're very often tied up with work and pressures. But in your mind, in your heart, do your pratikraman. Do your michhami dukram. Do your kamami with everyone. When we talk of uttam kshama dharma, it means compassion towards all, 24/7, 365. Forgiveness towards all, and seeking forgiveness from all, because in this entire anant kal of our existence, God knows who we have harmed, how often, how frequently, how badly. We have to get rid of all our accounts. Moksha means zero. You get rid of all your accounts. All your files need to be closed, otherwise there's no liberation. Anyone I've harmed, seek forgiveness. If someone has harmed me, I forgive him. Otherwise, that account remains open. Close all your accounts. That's the only way to attain liberation. And of course, our basic purpose as human beings is to attain Samyak Darshan and liberation. If you've not done that, you've not done your job. And if you've done that, well, you know what it feels like. You're on the right path. That's the sum total of the Jain teachings, the path of liberation. I'll take other things tomorrow. And of course, we have 10 days, so I'll be taking various aspects and we'll take it further from tomorrow. But I hope you could understand where I'm coming from. And I hope these things made sense to you. And I am hopeful that you will follow these things and understand them, because these are things meant to be followed, not taught. And I've been trying to follow these things for the past 4 or 5 years, and it's given me a lot of calmness, a lot of patience. And at the end of the day, I am far better equipped to deal with the problems that life throws up every day. So if we can help you do that, then please follow the universal laws. I've asked Dimen Bhai to share them with everyone on email or WhatsApp. In any case, they're available on a website called www.jayeshsheth.com. You can find them from there, or if you send me a message, I'll be happy to WhatsApp them to you or email them to you. I'll also send them to Dilip Bhai, so everyone knows Dilip Bhai, he can share them with you. I've written them in Hindi, English, Gujarati, and Marathi. I probably had a French version also somewhere. I'm not sure. If I can dig it up, I will share it. But these 4 versions I will share immediately with Dimen Bhai and Dilip Bhai. Feel free to read them, and we'll take them on once again tomorrow. That's all for now. Thank you, Dilip Bhai, for giving me this opportunity. If there are any questions, I'm happy. If not, I'll see you tomorrow.
What do you plan to cover tomorrow?
Sorry?
What is going to be the subject of your talk tomorrow?
It's universal law. It's still continuing.
Okay.
There's lots and lots of this for 10 days.
Okay. Makes it easy. All right. Good night, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Jai Jinendra.